Hello farmers and welcome back to Chambergo. Got ourselves in the Virtuous Tractor. We're going to be going up and grabbing the fertilizer spreader, heading on over to our grass field and putting fertilizer down into that. The rain just started, but that's okay. We can spread fertilizer in the rain. Over here, we're kind of at the bottom side of the farmyard, if you will, on the opposite side of the road across from Uncle Walter. And I think that's where I'm going to store most of the grass implements, the mower, the wrapper, the baler too. I mean, the baler does straw as well, but mostly it's there for grass wrapping, for grass bales for the sheep or goats, and or to make grass bales so we can wrap them up into silage bales. So yeah, we're still in the month of April. Going to go ahead and take care of our grass field. Don't want to forget about that. A few people have reached out to me to let me know about the Bednar drill that we're using, why we're not getting weeds. And then I had deja vu, or I guess a flashback, after people started telling me this. Yeah, that is a thing with the Bednar drill. At least some are experiencing that, and have since the game came out. And I'm starting to remember, I'm thinking, on Riverbend Springs, I think I ran into that, where I was planting and not getting weeds, which is a good thing, but also kind of a small bad thing. I mean, if you're doing precision farming and you gotta get the weeds sprayed in the field like I do with this field over here, it's going to hurt our score because, well, we don't get weeds and I can't spray them to bump up the environmental score for weed, seed, and spot spraying. So that's one thing. But yeah, the Bednar drill that we have does that, where you plant and don't get weeds. But if you hire a worker, you will get weeds. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just having a flashback to Riverbend Springs, like, maybe that's why I've been avoiding the Bednar drill and just forgot about it when I bought it here in Chambergo. Again, I've been out there looking for 12-meter wide direct drills. Not really finding basically any, if you will. And yes, I do know about the mod that allows to have any drill be a direct drill, but I would like to try and get one that's kind of like more realistic in that sense. But don't have to worry about that right now. We're only in April. We just planted our fields, and yeah, we got a long ways to go before we get back into planting again. So the grass field, yeah, we just mowed it this month, so it's not even growing, but we got to go ahead and get fertilizer down. The silage bales, well, they're grass bales. They are fermenting over into silage. Just going to leave them right there on the field for now, and don't worry, the fertilizer will go right through them and get on the grass field. Yeah, I'm just going to leave them there for another month until they ferment. I don't know. I'll sell them when we get around to it. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, I was trying to save up money to buy that field, as we know, across from our fields, the one that's for $117,000. I did spend a whole bunch of cash in last episode getting ourselves the wrapper and also getting ourselves the front mowers. We don't have to lease that equipment anymore. The only thing I'm going to have to lease is the butterfly mower. That is an expensive butterfly mower, so won't be buying that this year. Unless the one I keep on leasing comes up for sale. If it's half off, then maybe I'll find a way to purchase it. But yeah, definitely getting more land would be good, because more land just means more crops. More crops mean more product to sell. But also, the sheep and goats, you know, we're getting more sheep, more goats getting more mature, so we're going to be getting more goat's milk, which means more goat cheese. Of course, more sheep means more wool, which means more fabric. So when I sell that stuff at the appropriate time, the farm is doing pretty good. We're just kind of slow on the expanding part, on the land side of things. I mean, I'm getting more equipment, but as for land, not really getting that far as of yet. So we're going to scooch on down here. Should have 7 bales of grass fermenting. They'll be ready next month, because with the wrapper that we use, it only takes the bales 1 month to ferment, not 3. So that is a good thing. We'll get our money just a little bit quicker. So as for April and May, probably not a whole lot. We're probably going to be zipping right on into harvest season, since I'm not really doing contracts for other farmers on this map, just our own farm work. Yeah, my fields are pretty much all set. We planted our fields. They're fertilized. They're all set to go. So it's just a matter of... Oh boy, it's really kind of hard to see. Oh, if I get that view right there, that's better. Just a matter of waiting for harvest season, which is not far around the corner. The barley and oats will be ready in July. This grass field also will be ready in July, I do believe. And just like that, the field is fertilized. Just had enough fertilizer to get that done, so that's nice. Don't have to go ahead and buy any currently. So let's get this back to the farm, put the spreader away, and put the same Virtus tractor into the shed. It's getting a little bit of a wash, or at least it should be as I'm driving it around while it's raining. Cut up through this horse stable area. And nope, not getting horses. I'm doing that on New Hope, which I should be live streaming on Tuesday, by the way. I know some people have been asking when I'm going to get back on New Hope. I do plan on getting back on New Hope on Tuesday. So if you're seeing this when this goes live, that would be tomorrow. Yeah, I've been streaming a lot of different type of games recently. Kind of good to be taking somewhat of a break from Farm Sim. At least for me it is. Let's go ahead and see what the sheep and goats are up to, because I don't remember if I have brought things down. I'm going to guess I did when I brought the trailer down to do the grass work. Alright, well, the time scale at times 6. I'm guessing I did in the morning, but not throughout the day. How are we doing over here? Oh, we're at 130 out of 149, so we almost have a full pen. Almost a full pen. What do we got for... not sheep, but goats. I'm looking at the age. So they should be giving us milk. They should be giving us milk. They are not, because they're not mature enough. So we only got 20 goats right now giving us milk. I think when the pen gets full, I might sell some sheep to make more room for goats. I think I'll make more money off the goats than I do the sheep. Unless some pricing has changed in the past few months on goat cheese and all that kind of stuff. Haven't really done the math or the output. I think the goat's milk, making the goat cheese, would be a lot better than making fabric. I'm not too sure about that. But our pen's not quite full. We got room for 20 more. And no, I don't need my flashlight. We're all set there. Oh yeah, I didn't check on the feed, but they got plenty of grass here. Looks like they got tons of grass here. So yeah, they should be fine on the food. It says 20,000. I still think there's more grass than 20,000 liters here. I don't know. Oh yeah, the other thing I did want to see, because I was thinking about it. Ooh, no, I don't see a trailer hitch on that. Can this pickup truck have a trailer hitch for our flatbed? Wait, is that not considered a truck? Guess not. Is it just considered a car? Oh, right here. Do I have an option? Oh, there's an option for a trailer hitch. Aha, so I would have to put one on. Well, let's go ahead and see if I can put the trailer hitch on here. How many hours are on this pickup truck? I have not used this pickup truck at all. It's been parked there since day one. And since Uncle Walter's not using it, yeah, I want to see if it'll move around our dolly trailer, because that'd be a little bit better. Where is my... Oh, I'm right at it. It's just in here. Our little work area. Let's go customize. I didn't see how much the trailer hitch was. 500. We'll customize it for 500. There we go. The top speed in this is a lot faster than our tractors, of course. So going from... so like if it's up at the sheep and goat pen, obviously being able to go a lot faster down to the factories to drop off the wool and the milk would be so much better. Although I've got a funny feeling this is going to be a pin hitch on this trailer. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pin hitch. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, but We'll take that off this tractor, which is fine because I got to put the bales on here anyways. I mean, this should not hitch. And it will not. Well, that kind of sucks. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll park Uncle Walter's pickup truck back where it belongs. Oh yeah, I should get those bales out the field before the grass kind of grows, because on Chambergo, the grass field, it does seem like the grass does take some damage. Crop destruction into it. So when the grass is at full height, it does knock it back to the first harvest stage. Not all the way back to the growing stage, but the first harvest stage, which is kind of weird. At least to me it is. Alright, well, we helped out Uncle Walter. Jeez, don't tell him I called him Grandpa. That I put a ball hitch on his pickup truck. $500 is rather expensive for a ball hitch, I must say. So, it better be a good one. Alright, did I leave this? No, I did not leave the engine running. Alright, let's go ahead and get these on here and get everything off the grass field. So we'll poke in there. Let me zoom in just a little bit. So, yep, 7 bales. Put them on, well, these are probably just going to the farmer's market. So easy to drop off in the sell zones. I don't really have to pile them all towards the front. That's a good start. Alright, put 2 on, 1 falls off. Well, this tractor does not like backing up this hill. None of the tractors I have like going up this hill anyways. Okay, we'll grab that one. So even though we don't have many bales here, they are rather large in quantity because they are 9 times the regular size. So you can see we got 63,000 liters on here. I think I end up with just shy of 250,000 liters. I'm going to knock the other one off, aren't I? And now, well, the other one's off. Yeah, this is going rather well. I put 4 on, and already just 1 is actually on there. Yeah, we should have just shy of 250,000 liters of grass. I should be able to tell by here. Oh, I thought it was 250,000. That's telling me we got almost 500,000 liters of grass. I must be mistaken from the previous grass cut, although before the last grass cut, this field did need to be plowed, and it didn't have the right amount of fertilizer in the field. So I'm wondering if, I mean, is the yield that much better? I can't imagine it would be. I mean, I can see where it would be a little bit better, but not that much better. Alright, let me see. I'm going to get this bale on. I hope. I'm going to strap these in, and then we'll get the other 4. And then we will move the trailer off the field. Wait, where did that one go? Down here in the road, as it always does. Yeah, so getting back to our drill as well, the bednar. Again, people telling me, that did remind me a little bit about the weeds not growing. I thought about possibly maybe switching it out for the Horsch 6-meter wide direct drill. Because the Horsch was only like 10,000 more. I'm like, well, okay, I could afford it, but I've had the bednar drill now for a couple of years, and my value on that drill is like half of what I bought it for. So if I did want to, I say upgrade to the Horsch, it wouldn't be just the extra 10,000 on the base cost, because the value of ours has dropped like by 50,000. So in a way, I would need like $60,000 just to get the same working width. So I'm going to hold on out. Yeah, I am starting to get very tempted about getting the mod that allows every drill to be a direct drill. Just so I can get myself a 12-meter wide drill for the farm. I mean, I don't mind the 6-meter wide, just that with the 3 fields we have, planting those fields in real time, it takes me about 2 hours. Well, maybe not 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half to get those fields planted. I mean, I'm not looking for a large drill that can get the whole job done in 5 minutes in all 3 fields, because that'd be a little bit too much. You know how it is when you're playing Farm Sim. You want certain jobs to last a certain time for the size fields that you got. And that is what I'm looking for. And since we're going to be expanding in the future, getting a 12-meter wide would be nice. Yeah, I'm not sure why there are no direct 12-meter wide drills. It's like we go from 9-meter wide up to the big air carts of 18 and up to about 30 something. Alright, let's get this off our grass field. There we go. Oh, no, engine's got to be running for the hydraulics to work. There we go, put that down. There we go. I think I'm off the grass field. Yeah, there we go. So you can see pH is showing, well, there it shows bad, but up here it shows okay. Yeah, I think it's been 2 cuts now since we put the lime down. Alright, let's get back to the farm. And again, our fields, we have nothing really to do. I must have sold the fabric. I do have 1,000 liters. Goat cheese, yeah, we don't really have anything here looking good. Other than the bread is starting to pile up, which is nice. But that's not going to be sold until pretty much the end of the season. Alright, so... Oh yeah, so if you want to know what's on for sale, this is what we had, and that's still there, of course. The only thing, like I said, I'm going to keep my eye out for is the butterfly mower. Oh, some more hail. Getting a lot of hail. I don't think I've had a tornado yet on this map, a twister. Haven't had one on New Hope either recently. So I don't know if they reduced the tornado possibilities. And no tornado for this year on this map currently either. Alright, this page here still shows as grass. The value of the grass is 20,000. That's going to be pretty darn good when it gets to silage. I'm liking that. Sheep and goats, they got a good amount of food left. Although I am kind of curious, did we get ourselves a full pen? $149 out of 149. So do I want to sell the mature sheep for 1,000 apiece? We don't have a whole lot. It's just 5, but I say I'm going to sell them. Just to make some room for some more animals to be brought on in. Do you want to sell these as well? No, we'll hang on to those for now. And how much material do I have over here? Oh yeah, that's looking a little bit better as we go along. Yeah, you can see the grass is doing just fine. Let's go back here. And again, our fields should have no work to be done into them. Let's go to here, growth-wise. So our grass field. We got a little bit of grass that's ready for harvest. But that was from hail damage, and we got these 3 fields here. Yeah, this field's going to be first. This should be barley, I would think. This should be barley. No, this is oats. Maybe we'll get some oats harvesting first. Either way, we will be harvesting today, it seems like. Oh, sale page. Well, nothing there that I... A square baler. Boy, I'm just got the whole... I mean, I got a baler. A square baler would be nice, just because our bales do like to roll on that steep hill. In the long run, yes, probably. Let's sleep and get to another month. I feel like I'm forgetting to do something here in May. Like I said, I could probably sell some fabric, but really, I'm not going to be getting that much fabric for what we need to buy anything. So the grass field technically will be ready for harvest, but it's in the first growth stage, not the second. I don't see any of our fields down there ready for harvest. So our silage bales, how much do we have? Why does it still show grass? I thought those would be fermented in a month. Oh, those are the grass. Oh, I know why. We got double the grass. I got grass bales up at the sheep goat pen for feeding them. Silage is down here. So we did get about the $250,000. Actually, you can see we got 220,000. I was trying to think. The number went down. Why isn't it all silage? Ah, okay. I kind of forgot about the grass bales up there. That's why. So if you already left a comment saying you got grass bales up at the sheep goat pen. All right. I did. Now I remember. Yeah. Remembering is tough. We are out of flour, apparently, so grain mill. I will deactivate these because we are being charged for it. So deactivate. How much money we got in bread now? 44,000. So $27,000 in silage. Not really going to help us out too much. Sorry, just checking the sale page, see what's there. So yeah, I think we go right on to the month of July. Yeah, I know this stuff is stockpiling up the sheep goat pen, but we will get it on down to the productions probably next month. Yeah, I think we're all set. Let's just go ahead and go to July. Either way, we'll have some harvesting grass and oats. I think oats. I thought barley would have been ready as well, but... Yep, the oats are ready. Weather is looking okay-ish. Let me slow down the time scale. What time is that rain going to get here? Not until noon. Okay. Sheep and goat pen. Let me travel up there first to see if I want to sell. Ooh, they are going through it. Let's sell some more then. Out the door. You guys out the door. And the other ones we will keep. Yep, we're going to have to feed them some grass because they don't have a whole lot left. Well, how much in product do we have out here? Oh, it's getting rather full. Alright, so that pallet just started on milk. So yeah, that definitely needs to be done today. So we'll sell the silage bales on the trailer. Bring the trailer up here. We'll load this stuff up. While we're here, we'll give them some grass. And maybe when I cut the grass field, I'm going to have to make some more... Well, wait a minute. That's a good amount of grass I have. Almost 230,000 liters. Their feed trough only holds 30. So if I put a bale in there, that'll give time for this grass to regrow, and that will feed them for quite a while. So I think when I cut the grass today, I should be able to make more silage bales. Let's jump into, yes, the harvester. And we'll mosey on down and take care of the oat field first. Got plenty of fuel in the combine, so we should be good to go. Yeah, because get the oats harvested, bring it over to the grain mill, activate for making flour, and then I can reactivate the bakery to start making some more bread. Every time I come down here, I see those power lines, and they're kind of almost the right distance apart to make it look like I have actually some tram lines in this field here. But no, we don't have tram lines in our field. Yeah, also, I need to get my tractor over here with the baler. Oh, I was going to have a worker follow me in the combine, but I do got grass in there, and I'm going to get more money, of course, making that grass and that baler into silage. So instead of having a worker follow me and not wrap up, but bale straw, I'll do it afterwards. And you may have parked that header just a little bit too close. So I'll have to wait until we cut the grass field and I'll come back and do straw afterwards. And this should be on swath mode already. So I did barley last. Yep, we are in swath mode. So again, all the crop we're harvesting, we got one field of oats, which we're doing. One field of wheat, one field of barley. Those are our three fields that we have, along with our grass field. All three crops going to the grain mill to be made into flour, and the flour gets distributed over to the bakery, of course, to make the bread. And that, during the wintertime, that's where we'll make most of our cash. And yes, at midnight, we still have a loan being paid off. But the loan helped us get our Volta tractor, along with some upgrades from what Uncle Walter purchased when he moved here to Chambergo. Again, I'm just here to help out Uncle Walter. He's kind of new to farming. He bought this farm, bought some equipment. I think I've traded out about 90% of what was originally here. We still have the combine, though, so he should be happy about that. Yeah, but I swapped out about 90% of what he had to what we have now. And yeah, I still need to buy some things, like a butterfly mower, an upgraded harvester at some point, an upgraded drill at some point. But that's going to be further on down the road. I think the next big purchase is going to be that potato field, which is right in front of us. Yes, they got potatoes in it this year. I'm hoping this upcoming winter I can afford it. It's $117,000 for the land. Yeah, if I can make silage in our grass field each time this year, and then selling the bread and along with the goat cheese and the fabric, I should be able to buy that field next spring. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Nothing else is really in our price range that's relatively close to the farm. There are other fields I could buy, but then it starts to get a little bit of a distance. So, yeah, I don't want to be getting too far. I don't have the glitch of the crop in the combine. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, for those that don't know, I tend to get the glitch once in a while where the crop does not show up inside the combine. It's technically there. It's just a visual effect of not seeing the crop. I'm trying to figure out if I've got it on Chambergo. I get it quite a bit on New Hope. I'm not sure if I have gotten it here yet on Chambergo. For those that are keeping track of this series that well, just remind me, have I gotten the bug of where the crop does not show up in the combine on this map yet? I'm not too sure. So it looks like I'm not even going to get around the headland and get a full combine, which is good. So yeah, these three fields here, after harvesting, I'm not going to have to plow them because they're all cereal crops, so we're good on that front. They may need some lime. The lime might be getting a little bit bad. We'll find out here in just a second. Once I get this combine full, we'll have a run behind the combine and see what the stat is on the pH value. I'll just have to get it done by next spring, so I got plenty of time to do so. Looks like the combine's having a little bit of trouble on this side for some reason. I understand the header might be a little bit too big for the combine. For the most part, we do hit 6 miles an hour, but on this side I'm only hitting 4. Am I going... I'm not really going uphill that much. I wonder if the header is digging into the ground a bit. All right, auger out. 8,200 is the capacity of the combine. Ooh, I thought it was 8,200. It's 8,000. Let's get the Voltra. And of course the grain cart. Yeah, actually I also think the grain cart is something Uncle Walter purchased, not me. So that's still here in the farm. And yeah, the comments also about maybe selling some of the sheds around here to get a good bunch of cash. I don't really want to be selling the sheds because Uncle Walter bought the farm as is, and if we expand the way I hope we can expand for him, we are going to need the sheds. So I don't want to sell them right now to have to try to replace them back on the farm. Equipment is one thing. Sheds, yeah, I don't want to do that. Oh, a little bit too far. Yeah, I gotta remind myself, gotta hug the header for that to reach. Yeah, so the pH value is, well, it's saying it's actually okay and good in some areas. So yeah. You know, the one thing I could do with our, because we got the Bednar drill, I think I did mention this before now. My memory sucks lately about saying things and then a week later forgetting about it. As we can see here, it should say weeds growing. If I plant the fields and don't get weeds, I'm not able to spray them. But weeds are growing in the field, so after harvest, let the weeds grow, then bring in the See and Spot sprayer and kill the weeds in the field. And that way I'll keep the score up to 100. It's kind of a loophole around that. I mean, really, spraying the weeds is not benefiting me anything because when I drill, the weeds will disappear. But they will, well, in theory, they should come back. But apparently with this direct drill, they are not. Alright, so I got about 20-25 minutes of harvesting to do here, so I'm just going to kind of kick back and listen to some tunes, and I'll catch you on the back end of the harvest. More than likely, I'll be taking a trip down to the grain mill also to unload the grain trailer. And actually, you know what? So we're not seeing that in the time lapse. Let me go ahead and activate the oats in the grain mill. Oats. I'll activate that. So that is good to go. All right, I'll talk to you on the back end of harvesting this oat field.
Every day I'm looking for a way to return to the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious. Building up an illusion of a world full of trust. Moving on when everything's gone. It's hard to be strong. Confusion in my mind. No way to turn back time. My soul in need of remedy. Don't even know the enemy. When I feel out of touch, can't seem to get enough. Hiding away from everyone. I don't know where I'm coming from. It feels like it never happened. Maybe just a dream. Could it be my imagination running out of steam? All I know is every time I see you, I feel insecure. I'm unable to find the words. How can I be sure? I'm holding on when everything's gone. I've gotta be strong. Confusion in my mind. No way to turn back time. My soul in need of remedy. Don't even know the enemy. When I feel out of touch, can't seem to get enough. Hiding away from everyone. I don't know where I'm coming
Well, as you saw, we got one full trailer already down to the grain mill, making some flour, which, of course, as I mentioned before, then gets pushed on to the bakery, where we are making some bread. And actually, what I did not do, I activated the oats for flour, but I did not activate the bakery. Actually, there's already flour being poured into there. Lovely, let's go ahead and activate that. Bakery should have no problem keeping up with the grain mill currently. But we'll see what happens in the following months when I get wheat and barley in there as well and making more flour. It'd be great if we get through all the grain being made into flour and all the flour into bread by the time late December rolls around. I'm hoping to have about $100,000 worth of, well, maybe, am I going to have $100,000 worth of bread? We already are, what, 40, 45? Well, yeah, with our environmental score bonus, we should be able to get up that high, I would think. It's going to be close, but 100 grand worth of bread, that would be awesome. All right, probably one more pass. I think I can get the rest of the field into the combine. Of course, we'll bale up the straw, and all the straw will be sold whenever. Don't have to rush to get the bales off the field, because we won't be planting again until next spring. Yeah, I think I will touch up the fields with the See and Spot weed sprayer a month after harvest when the weeds are regrowing, just to get, I hope it counts. I don't know if precision farming is going to be looking at there is no crop in the field when I'm spraying the weeds. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll have to wait and see. It's not really this field or that field. It's a field across the way that's, I have not sprayed for weeds at all in it. Yeah, this field's right here. Also didn't register the nitrogen either, which is still kind of weird. But yeah, you can see right there, the third one down, that is for weeds. Over here, we're doing perfectly fine on the score. It's just the weeds in the other field, and the nitrogen as well. So yeah, I'll be waiting to see what happens when I harvest that field. It's got nitrogen in it, so we'll see if it registers this year. I want to say I'm like 99.9% sure I had nitrogen in the field last year as well, but it did not register the nitrogen either. Let me try to get the combine like this. Perfect. Are both fields going to be ready next month? For the dark green color, it looks like they will be. And just to confirm, I'm going to jump over to here for a second. We will be over here in just a moment. But yeah, field is ready for harvest. That does look like the high grass that we are looking for. The tall grass. Back into here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get the combine out the field at least. And I'm just going to park the combine over here. Because August, we should be harvesting these fields. Lower the header down so the hydraulics don't have that much pressure on it. Not that it really matters. Alright, let's go drop these oats off into the grain mill. And then we'll jump back down to the grass field and we'll grab those silage bales. Going to sell those. I will lease the butterfly mower. And then we will take the trailer up to the sheep and goat pen, give them a bale of grass, and then load up all of the wool and the goat's milk, bring that on down to productions. The goat's milk needs to get started right away because September/October, goat cheese should be at a very good price. We want to make sure we process as much as we can, if not all of it. Yeah, the years are going to kind of skip by. I still say I'm in the beginning of the series because what episode are we at? Like 16, 17, whatever, somewhere around there. But since we're not really doing any contract work, we're just doing work in our own field. We don't have a lot of fields. The months tend to go by rather quickly. I mean, we did start today in April, and the only thing I did was fertilize the grass field. And now here we are in July. Yeah, I think I'll keep selling the sheep when they reach peak price of $1,000. Get more money out of that pen. And here we are. Yeah, originally I was thinking no productions on this map. I'm glad we got the grain mill and the bakery at this point. Just reduce the amount of pallets and stuff I have to move. Yep, jump right into this tractor here. I think they're all strapped in. Oh, wait for the bus to go across. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and sell them at the farmer's market. Price does not fluctuate that much with silage, and I don't think it's going to be that much difference from one sell point to the other, and having the farmer's market relatively close saves me time from having to drive around, although I am going all the way up to the sheep and goat pen anyways with this setup. Probably should turn on my beacons. So we got like, what, $23,000, $25,000 worth of silage here. Not really making a huge profit on this. Oh, they are being sold. There we go. Actually, $30,000 is what I got for it. That's pretty good. The reason why I say we're not making a huge profit off it currently is because I'm still leasing the butterfly mower. But I mean, if you look at it, you know, I did buy the front mower. We got the baler, but the baler I needed for other things, the wrapper. The money I'm putting into it, I'm not getting that much in return. We're still making money off of it and a profit. But not as much as it would seem. Alright, I'll meet you up at the goat/sheep pen. And we'll feed them a grass bale because they definitely need it. And we'll load up that material and come right back to where I am right now to unload the wool and the goat's milk. I know I said this before, but it's nice to have this pen up here because it does let me travel around the almost entire map. The only part of the map that we're really not getting to is the northwest section of the map. But maybe someday we will get there, but we pretty much cover every other corner of the map. We're kind of like in the southwest, the store is in the southeast, and this is up kind of in the northeast part of the map. So, kind of covering all of our bases here in a way. Alright, go ahead and put the trailer right there. Looks good. I think I got a bale over here that's I was using. I'm going to guess it's this one right here. Okay, it says an even 20,000. Or maybe I left that bale in the trigger because it's all even numbers. You would think it would not be if I were putting a bale in there. You think it would be like odd numbers. So it should take the entire bale. Did I misread the number on that? 8,500 left. Was there a feed trough? Oh, I thought it held 30,000 liters in a feed trough. Only holds 11. Well, the sheep do have feed now. Anyways, let's go ahead and load up all these pallets. So, on the drive up, which is only about a couple minutes, I was having a couple thoughts about the grass field. I was thinking, well, you know what? Instead of getting the butterfly mower, which is rather expensive, I was thinking, well, we got the front mower. How about maybe we just cut the grass with the front mower and then get ourselves a windrower. I didn't quite get that. And that way we can save ourselves money on a butterfly mower. But then I got thinking, well, with the single front mower, it's going to take you longer to cut the grass. Then I got to go back over the grass field, then windrow it. So yeah, it may save me some money, but it's going to take up a lot more time. So that might not be the best way to approach that. Let's see if I can grab 4 this time. Probably not. Because you got, in order to grab 2, you got to be pretty well lined up. To grab 4, it's going to be, well, as I say that, I mean the front 2 are probably not on there the best. Let me grab this lonely goat's milk over here. Now you were stacking them good, but now you're getting a little bit lazy. Again, you need to scroll in a little bit more. I think I'm going to strap this stuff in. Alright, 4 more pallets. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to grab all 4. Total concentration. Maybe I gotta say I may not grab all 4 again, because every time I say I won't grab all 4, I will. Again, if we ever get to the point where I got a lot of pallets up here, I probably will use this as the autoloader that it is. But if I don't have too much, then I'll just keep loading up like this. Alright, so we got 7,100 liters of wool, 3,100 liters of goat milk. Alright, on down to our production buildings and unload this stuff. And make sure definitely that the goat's milk is being turned to goat cheese, because that's just a couple months away. It is kind of interesting when driving through that you see some field with tram lines and some fields without. Not sure exactly what the NPC's approach is there. Why they would have some fields with or without. Traffic has been very pleasant today in Chambergo. There are a couple of clusters of traffic, like it got backed up. I haven't had many cars, if at all, pass me today that I can think of. And also today, I have not gotten lost either. I usually end up taking a wrong turn somewhere. But today, not yet. And I hope I don't, because we are just about ready to wrap it up. Yeah, so the wool, obviously, goes in here. And now, try to get all the milk into the dairy production. Again, the fabric, not really important to get that activated if it isn't. We just, it's like another 10 months away again. And it does not take too long to process that, what I dropped off. Alright, so I need to get my pallet forks all the way up. Kind of hard to see. There's a tree in my way, but I think I raised them. I did. And yeah, I always got that one pallet way in the back. Oh, come on. Get accepted. And unfortunately, in some ways, the dolly trailer is actually very helpful in this situation. We'll get it in there. There we go. Now it's in. Yeah, I do think, and I probably am going to try it this time just to see if it will work, of driving our autoloader through here, and it should work fine, I think. Turn around, get it lined up to autoload out of here. I just want to make sure it works. If it doesn't, then I'll have to get the map hider object mod to maybe hide a couple walls, although this past week, a couple people messaged me saying don't use it because it can cause some serious lag on the map. I've used that mod before. I'm trying to think if have I used it? I think I used it on Riverview on the live streams and didn't get no lag that I'm aware of. So let me know if you have experienced lag when using the map hider object mod. Probably not many people use it anyways. I only use it when needed. But we got that in there. Oh, yeah. Is that turn on dairy goat cheese? It is activated. Since we're here, spinnery, that is active as well. Should get 2,000 liters of fabric out of that, so that's going to be kind of nice. Kind of nice? It will be nice. Yeah, so in the store page, ooh, some different things have shown up. The mowers. Yeah, let me go ahead and lease the mowers, because that'll be like the first job we do next time. We need to go into here. We need to get the, not the spreaders, but the conveyors on there. And it should be 8,400. Yeah, 8,400. Lease those. Got it. So we'll cut the grass next time. Make some more silage bales. Yeah, how much is a windrower and how big are windrowers? 92,000. So, I mean, yeah, it is a lot cheaper than getting the butterfly mower, but to mow that grass field with just the front mower and then have to go around the windrower, it's a time-saving thing, basically what it comes down to. So, I mean, yeah, I can get smaller windrowers. But, yeah, I think the best thing to do is get the butterfly mower. That way I can just cut the grass, have a worker behind me, baling it as we go like we have been, and gets the job done rather quick. And grass cutting is a job I want to get done rather quick because we're going to be doing it 3 times a year. But anyways, we're looking pretty good. We've got the money back up to 32,000. Oh yeah, I know I keep looking at this, but I think I'm down to 300,000 left. Oh, down to 214,000 left on that loan. Not too bad. Not too bad on the original 500,000. I mean, still got many more payments to make on it, but yeah. So yeah, I am hoping this upcoming winter to, sell enough bread, and along with everything else that we're selling, the silage, the goat cheese, and eventually the fabric, we should be able to afford that field. Now I've been trying for a year and a half. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there for today. If you've made this far through the video and want to help me a little bit more, hitting that thumbs up button does more than you know. Thumbs down button's there too. If you're new here and like this kind of content, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on the farming fun. But that's going to end up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Chambergo. But until then, have a good one.